We're talking Detroit basketball today, guys. What are your thoughts down below? What do you guys think of this? And why? Let's get right into it. And let's talk about Detroit basketball. The Pistons got themselves Jaden Ivey from the man. He has a great relationship with Jaden Ivey. And personally, I think Jaden Ivey is more of a combo guard than a point guard. I think John Wall is a combo guard. He very much reminds me of John Wall coming out of Kentucky. I know a lot of people have been doing the Ja Morant, but really, and people have said Detroit, Jaden Ivey's floor is Eric Bledsoe, which I think is a good comparison. But really, I think he's up. John Wall is a shooting guard. John Wall is a shooting guard. That's where I'm going with. And as a guy who I actually got to see John Wall get drafted by the Wizards, my first year moving to Maryland was during that off the wall. If you guys have been watching, I talk about that a lot. But look, this is a guard that he has a high ceiling. His ability to get downhill with power, force, and speed is a skill that will transition to the NBA easily because he separates from his defender. And arguably, the difference between Morant and Jaden Ivey is Morant's a natural point guard. He's a passer, he's a playmaker, and he has probably a better vertical pop than Ivey as a finisher. And look, Jaden Ivey is going to be able to create separation from his man and collapse the defense, but the decision making is something that he needs to work on. And I think he can go into a 25.6 assist game guy easily. But if he doesn't develop defensively, he's Eric Bledsoe without the elite defense. I think he can be a defensive player, but they literally took the best pure perimeter prospect, and he's a boom or bust player that I think has a blast off the quickness with off the dribble skill that'll be perfect next to Cade Cunningham and Sadiq Bey. And I like this. I think this is a good pick. I would have taken this pick personally. I don't think I would have done anything different. And yeah, so I want to hear your thoughts right there. What do you guys think? And yeah, I really did. And they did the trade with the Hornets and the Pistons to send Jalen Duren. Wait, did Jalen Duren come there? I guess yeah. So Jalen Duren was a good pick in my opinion. I thought that was interesting. Like Jalen Duren was, in my opinion, at first it seemed odd that Charlotte would trade this pick to the Pistons via the Knicks when the Hornets needed a center, but then you saw that they went and got themselves Mark Williams. But Duren was the highest upside player left on the board, and Detroit was able to flip that pick that they got in the Jeremy Grant to land him. And I think it's a great pick because when you look at Jalen Duren, I think he's a good fit and he fits the team. And I was surprised at first when I saw this trade go down. I thought they weren't. And then, dude, the Pistons did a great. Gabriel Procida, he's a draft and stash. He's similar to Leandro Ballamaro and Rokas Jokubaitis. And I hope he goes and plays for Barcelona next year, replacing Roko Jokubaitis if he goes over to the Knicks. Similar player, but I think he's a better three-point shooter and more athletic than all of them. And he was my favorite international player in this draft class. I give him a B+, by the way, in this draft class. And right now, I mean, the Pistons could bring him over right now, but I think they should leave him for another year, let him get stronger, let him get some more time, because he has a real upside to become a really good two-way wing in the NBA at 6'8" with legitimate athleticism. And the Pistons did a good job right here. But back to Jalen Duren. Dude, Jalen Duren, that was so weird. He turned 19 and he's off to Detroit in a deal that he was selected by the Hornets, traded to the Pistons through the Knicks in the Kemba Walker deal. Wild. And Duren's from Philadelphia. And he reclassified, committed to Memphis. People have been comparing him to a bigger version of Bam Adebayo, and I think that's a good comparison in my opinion. Like, I really do. And Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, and Gabriel Procida. Procida will probably come next year, but Jalen Duren, okay, as the center, Isaiah Stewart, Marvin Bagley, Sadiq Bey, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Killian Hayes, Frank Jackson, Savion Lee. There's also still Diallo. I kind of mess with this squad. I don't know about you guys, okay? I really think Jalen Duren can come in and be a beast day one. One of your